Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to share with you my recipe for stuffing. Now this is a recipe I go to year in, year out because my husband absolutely loves it. And when I came up with this recipe, I came up with it with two things in mind. Number one, what's one of my favorite flavor combinations? That's easy, sausage, peppers, and onions. I love that combination, and like I've said before, I make obviously sausage, pepper, and onion sandwiches, I make soup, I make pasta, you name it. So this was something that I was really into from day one. But I also thought about this recipe because I do use turkey sausage in it, which I thought, how brilliant, if you don't want to bother making the whole big bird for the big day, this really does serve as a side dish or as a main because it's got your stuffing and your turkey all in one. So, I hope you give this recipe a try. Before we talk about that, we got to go over the ingredients, so let's get started. You're going to need some stale bread, some chopped up onions, celery, red bell peppers, some garlic, some turkey sausage, which I've taken out of the casing, some chicken stock, some unsalted butter, poultry seasoning, of course, a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper. That's it. The ingredients are very simple, and you can really make stuffing out of anything you have on hand. Just make sure you always have some stale bread, some chicken stock, and then you can play around with it like you wouldn't believe. Now, the bread I'm using for this is some just French bread. It was cheap, 99 cents, but you want to make sure it's stale. So I bought it a couple days ago, and now it's perfect because if you were to use fresh bread, the consistency, the texture just wouldn't be right. So now that's done, cut it into little cubes like so. If you like your stuffing, if you're used to buying stuffing mix from your grocery store in the bags, then you know the cubes are so small. So if you prefer that, then you can cut this as small or as fine as you like. I like big chunks, I like homemade stuffing, I like the texture, I think it's awesome. First thing you want to do is get your oven to 400, get that ready for you. And now what we're going to do, of course you want to prep all your veggies. I have taken the casing out, I've taken the sausage out of the casing. This is turkey sausage, Italian turkey sausage. You can use, obviously you can use pork sausage, but I'm choosing to use turkey because like I mentioned, this is also a great main course for the big day if you choose to do something like this instead of a big bird. Okay, let's go to the stove and start cooking. I have a large skillet here with high sides or a medium-high heat with about a tablespoon and a half of olive oil and a tablespoon of butter that I've melted together and getting to be nice and hot. I'm going to add in my sausage and just using a wooden spoon, I'm just going to break it up. Just want to break up your sausage, and this has been cooking for about 2 minutes. It's nowhere near fully cooked, but this is the perfect time to add in my veggies because I want this all to cook together to get really nice and flavorful. Add them all in, season with a little salt and pepper, and then I'm going to just let this cook for about 5 to 7 minutes or until the veggies begin to cook down and develop a little color. This is what you're looking for the veggies to start cooking down. They still have some texture, which is great. Now we're going to add in some poultry seasoning. Poultry seasoning is just a blend of different herbs, and I'm going to let this cook for another 30 seconds just to kind of wake up those herbs, and then I'm going to be back at the counter to assemble. That looks wonderful, and I can tell you, smells even better. Love this. So now I'm going to just put this mixture right on top of my bread. Got that in there. And now we're going to add in some stock. Now this is completely up to you. If you like your stuffing really, really soggy, then you can put as much stock as you want. But if you like it a little bit on the crispy side and not as dense, then you would use, less stock. I would say I use about between 2.5 to 3 cups. And I'm just mixing everything up with a spatula or a wooden spoon. A bit more stock, little by little, because I don't want to overdo it, because then it's going to be really difficult to take it out. That's perfect for me. Now I'm just going to put this into a little or big casserole dish. Get it all out. Don't spill any like I did. Now I want to give you a quick tip. If you're anything like me, I love to cook, but I don't like to clean up after. What I suggest you do for the big day is you buy those aluminum containers that you can cook everything in, and then you can just throw them out when you're done so that you have got little cleanup to do. So now, that's my tip for the day. I'm going to take this butter that I had left over, which is about a tablespoon. And I'm just going to dot this all over the top. Not too much, and this is a much more of a figure-friendly stuffing than you would normally get. I mean, stuffing's got at least a stick of butter in it, which we're not doing that. And, you know, so you can feel a tiny bit better about eating it. But it's the holidays. This is the time to indulge, right? So this is great. I'm going to put this into the oven, 400, for about 20 to 25 minutes, or until the top is nice and crispy, and then we're going to serve it up. My stuffing baked for about 25 minutes, and I let it cool just a little, but now it's time to eat. Love this. I love that the top is nice and crunchy, but it's so moist. I'm so excited to dig in. Now, one of my favorite things to do with leftover stuffing is to stuff portobello mushrooms with stuffing, little ricotta. That's a recipe I'm definitely sharing with you because it's too good to pass up. My husband's favorite. He's definitely gonna like having dinner tonight, that's for sure. I'm going back for seconds if you haven't noticed. And yes, I do chew. It's delicious, it's so easy, comes out perfect every single time, and there is no need to buy pre-made stuffing mixes or anything like that when you can make it from things you probably have on hand but haven't realized it. So go ahead in your kitchen, make this stuffing, let it become a tradition in your home just like it's in ours, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.